Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. Today I thought I would film a mid-year kind of check-in video. I've been seeing these going around on YouTube with a lot of the people that I follow, and it got me thinking about what my mid-year check-in would be about. If I filmed a mid-year check-in, what would I be checking in about? So I started thinking about the categories of things that are in my stash. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I have a very organized and detailed inventory that I do every January. Now, a lot of people do mid-year inventories, and I don't, it's a ton of work for me to do that inventory. So I don't like to do it any more than once a year because it's just a mess. And during the month of July, I'm doing my minimalist challenge, so I'm already making a big mess in the house. I don't need a second mess on top of it. But the other reason I don't like to do a mid-year inventory is that I just don't have enough progress in a lot of categories to bother doing it. I can look back at my January inventory and see that in most categories, I haven't finished a whole lot, especially in makeup. I mean, a lot of the categories are exactly the same. I could take that same photo that I took in January and just repost it. So I don't like to do mid-year inventories personally. I just don't make that much progress, especially in makeup. But one thing that I've really come to realize this year in 2018, and something that I've given a lot of thought about, is the fact that managing my makeup hoard is a lot like managing a financial budget. It's not about how many products you have, and it's not about how much money you make. It's about keeping things balanced, and that you cannot buy more makeup than you use if your goal is to get your numbers down, and that you cannot spend more money than you have if you want to stay in the black for your budget. These are basic economic concepts, I know, but relating the two together has been very helpful to me because I've always been pretty good about maintaining a balanced budget. I've really never had a lot of debt other than my mortgage payment, which, you know, is a long-term commitment. I don't carry a ton of debt. I charge money onto credit cards. I pay it off every month. I understand that I cannot spend more money than I make. And it doesn't really matter how much money I make. But as long as I spend less than I make, I'm gonna be okay. And I've really come to relate that concept with my makeup, and that if I want my makeup numbers to go down, I can't count on that I'll eventually use it all up and catch up by using it up, because the reality is it takes way longer to finish makeup than I had hoped. When I first started project painting, I thought I was gonna fly through everything, get it all gone, and start fresh, and that is just not what's been going on for me over the last 2 years. So I'm starting to appreciate that the goal is to get the numbers down, and sometimes that means not buying at all, and sometimes that just means making sure I'm using up more than I'm buying. So as I've been thinking about all these concepts, these deep, deep thoughts in my head, I started to say, well, you know, I've slipped up in a couple areas this year so far, but my slip-ups have been consistent. There are certain areas that I consistently buy more than I can use up. And they're the trigger areas that we all have. We all love lip products. We all love eyeshadows. If there's one problem area that I see unanimously all of us have, it's those two areas. We just love lip products and eye products, and I am no exception. And I've talked about it a lot on here. I've shamed myself plenty of times through Confessions of a Makeup Hoarder and What the Haul Paula. By the way, I have another What the Haul Paula that needs to be done, but not today. Anyways, rather than focusing on my mistakes of the year, I thought I would take the opportunity to discuss some specific categories that I've really done well with this year. I'm going to insert some clips of my inventory from January, and we're going to talk about it because the following categories are categories that I have not purchased one single item of this year in the last 6 months. The reason why that's such a big deal is because the former Paula was never able to completely control my urges to buy new products. So let's say I would decide I had too many eyeshadows, way too many eyeshadows. Paula, you have too many eyeshadows. You gotta stop it with the eyeshadows. I would just shift the focus of my energy and my obsession and my spending to another beauty category. And then all of a sudden that category would be exploding. That is basically how I amassed such a huge blush collection, because I had decided I had too much eyeshadow and I couldn't buy any more eyeshadow. And so I stopped buying eyeshadow and I started buying blush. And then when I decided I had way too much blush, I started focusing on highlighters. And then when I became like disgusted with my highlighter collection, I started focusing on skincare. But I never was really controlling the spending and the urge to have those boxes coming to my house every day, that good feeling you get when you come home from work and there's a package at the door. I never got over that completely, and that's what I've really been focusing on this year, is getting out of the habit of making consistent regular orders and getting that positive feedback from a package coming to my door. Because even if the numbers weren't going up in one area, they were going up in another area somewhere, and I was still buying more than I could realistically use. So that is why this has been kind of a change over the past 6 months versus the previous years. We'll see how the next 6 months go, but I just wanted to kind of pat myself on the back for the progress I've made over the last 6 months and share with you guys all of the categories in my inventory that have not increased due to my purchasing at all over the last 6 months. So let's get into it. Okay, first off, this isn't part of my A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It account on Instagram, but I do track my candle usage because I had amassed quite a hoard of those a few years ago, and I have not bought a single candle in 2018, so I'm very happy. And I've been using candles quite regularly. The numbers are going down. There is more space in my office where they are stored, and I'm happy to see the change. It's a positive change and I love it. So no, the candle numbers have gone down. Also body wash. I have not bought a single body wash this year. Despite the fact that I had like 26 body washes last year, I still bought a couple body washes last year. This is what I'm talking about. Like, there was still a disconnect about what I was doing. And I'm happy to say that this year, the numbers are only going down. I have not added a new body wash into the house yet at all. Also, body scrubs and body powders. These are both categories that I would like to completely eliminate from the house, and I have not bought any, and the numbers have been going down. Body butters and body lotions. I have not bought a single one of either. The numbers are also going down. Any kind of hand and foot product, exfoliators, moisturizers, scrubs, anything like that. I haven't bought any. The numbers have been going down. Face washes and face masks and face scrubs. Also, I have not bought any of those. The numbers are going down. My cellar water, good. Toner, serum, cleansing oils. I haven't bought any of those. Eye creams, face lotions, and face oils. I have not bought anything. So basically, as I go through my inventory, when it comes to skincare, I have not bought a single skincare item yet this year. And I'm starting to see the payoff. Some of these numbers are really going down. I'm getting close to only having 1 or 2 in some of these categories. It's very exciting. Other categories like body lotion are going to be more long-term to get to where I want to be, but the numbers are going down and I'm not bringing anything new into the house. So I'm really happy with that. Okay, on to makeup. I have not bought a single face primer this year. The numbers have been going down. I also have not bought a single BBCC or tinted cream, and the numbers have been going down there too. As far as foundations, on my inventory, you will see pictures of like liquid foundations, the kind of foundations that are in pots or like jars, and then my stick foundations. I have not used any up yet this year. I've been working on basically the same ones all year long, but I don't have any finished items, so I cannot say the numbers are going down, but the numbers are also not going up, and I'm very, very happy about that. Color correctors, same thing. The numbers aren't going down yet, but they're not going up either. Same for concealers. I actually think I finished off a concealer right at the beginning of the year, shortly after my inventory, but since then I don't have any new empties, but I haven't bought any either. Loose powder also. I haven't bought any. I haven't used up any, but the numbers are going in the right direction. I did buy one pressed powder. It was the Candy Johnson one that was part of the Too Faced collection, the banana pudding one. I totally fell for that one. So that number has gone up, but my loose powders are still at the same number. Bronzers, cream bronzers or powder bronzers, haven't bought any. And I haven't finished any yet, but I have a cream bronzer that is on its last leg and I'm really excited about it. I have not bought any blush, and previously blush was a difficult category for me. I'm really happy to say that I think I've gotten the blush bug out of my system. Panning a blush last year and then this year has really made it sink in that I don't need any more blush. I have also given a couple blushes to my mother, even though I have trouble with letting go of my makeup. When my mother, who is in her late 70s, says that she used up a blush and okay, so what had happened was my mother sent me a picture of a blush of hers that was on its last leg. It is like almost gone. And she said, my blush is almost gone, and I think we were coming up to Mother's Day. So she was trying to help us out with gift ideas because she really doesn't want for anything. And she said, I would like this blush again. It was an old L'Oreal blush. They don't make it anymore. It's long since been discontinued. I couldn't find anything in the current L'Oreal blush line that had the same name. So I said, Mom, why don't you come over here and shop my stash and find a blush? Like, I have like 100 blushes. Are you kidding me? Like, my mom's gonna go buy a blush? No, I don't think so. So she actually came over and picked out a couple. She's still working on finding a color she really likes. She's very particular about what shade she wants, and she's having some trouble finding that exact shade. But we are shopping my stash to find her some blush, and as hard as it is for me to let go of it, I would feel so silly if I didn't share with my own mother. Like, it would be the epitome of a makeup hoarder, which I am, but I think I can share with my mom. So I'm really happy that she is shopping my stash and looking at it, but I have not yet used up a blush. Oh, I did use up a blush this year. I finished my cream blush from the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. So I did finish a blush, and I'm not sure how many blushes are going to be going to my mother, whether it's like 1 or 2, but she's currently shopping my stash. So my blush numbers are actually going down this year, and I'm really excited about that because they have consistently gone up for like 8 years straight. So I'm really happy about that. Face palettes. I have not bought any face palettes this year. And what I'm talking about that is either a blush palette, a highlighter, blush, and bronzer, like combo palette, anything like that. That number has stayed the same, and I'm really happy about that because I'm realizing, like the blush, I just don't need like that as many as I have, and I definitely don't need more. All right, we're getting down to it, guys. I have not bought any eye primers, and I have a huge eye primer stash, so I'm really happy that that number is not going up. I haven't finished any yet this year, but I think by the end of the year, I will have at least 1 empty, if not 2. So the numbers will be going down, and I have not bought any yet this year. Shadow sticks. I love eyeshadow sticks, especially those kind of eyeshadow sticks that are metallic. You put them on, you tap them in, and they stay there until you wash them off. I love those kind of eyeshadow sticks, but I have too many, and I want to use what I have before I buy more because they're not going to last forever. They're going to start drying up and whatnot, so I'm really happy that I haven't bought any more. Also, loose eyeshadow pigments. I still like those. They're very impractical. I tend not to gravitate towards them, but when I do, I love the look of them so much that I know that I'm not completely like over loose eyeshadows, but I also realize that those suckers take forever to use, especially since I've been working on that Ulta one in my A to Z project pan. It's just kind of really brought it home that I have a lifetime supply already of those kind of things, and I really, bringing any more in would just be silly. I have not bought any new cream eye bases, whether they're matte or colored. I haven't bought any. I haven't bought any eyeliners or mascaras. I haven't bought any lip balms, and I haven't bought any lip liners. So those are all the categories that I have not bought a single one of in the year 2018. I am really happy that there are so many categories that have not gone up at all this year. Since I've gone over so many categories, I figured I would just call out the categories that I'm still struggling with and that I need to do better on. Bless you. Eyeshadow. I have bought eyeshadow palettes. I have bought eyeshadow, like small palettes, like a trio, and I have bought eyeshadow singles. I need to do better. It's my trigger. I need to do better. I've bought Super Shock shadows, even though I have a million of them and I don't want them to go bad. I still bought some. Nail polish. I still bought some. I just did a nail polish inventory. The current number of nail polish bottles that I have, including base coats, top coats, glitters, all that, is 314. Since I started Project Panning, the number has gone up by over 100. That is the opposite of Project Panning, which is typically what I've been doing. And this is the year I want things to start going down. But nail polish is still difficult for me. And so my goal for this time next year is to be under 300 for nail polish. Even if it's just 299, I want to be out of the 300s by this time next year. Lipsticks and lip glosses, still a major trigger. The thought of having to throw away a lipstick or a lip gloss because it sat in here and went bad breaks my heart, and I don't want to do it, and yet I'm still buying lipsticks and lip glosses. I don't know why I cannot get it under control, but I need to work on it. Highlighters. I bought 3 highlighters from the Wet n Wild Skull collection a few months ago. That's like 3 years worth of highlighter right there. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I haven't used any of them once on my face. I swatched them. I took a photo of them on Instagram. I haven't used them once because I have highlighters and projects that I need to stay focused on. So I need to do better. And I think I'm ready to get the highlighter urge under control. I think that's one category I'm really ready for. Perfume. There is nothing I would like than to get my perfume stash down to a more manageable number. Once again, the reality that perfume itself does not last forever has really hit home to me this year. And that even if it hasn't like gone bad, the smells change. A lot of my older perfumes have a more alcohol scent to them than they used to, and I still use them, but it's not what it was when it was new and fresh. And I don't want to hoard 500 bottles of perfume. And I don't want to move 500 bottles of perfume to a new house if we move next year. But I still bought 1 full-size perfume. Nope. 2 full-size perfumes since January. At least 1, if not 2. No, I think I bought 2 full-size perfumes in January. So I need to do better. I need to do way better than that. And then finally, obviously, my #1 trigger, my biggest weakness is eyeshadow palettes. I am getting closer and closer every day to decluttering eyeshadow palettes. It is something I never thought I would do. But I am realizing that I still want to buy eyeshadow palettes. There have been some new releases that I've been waiting for. I've been like patiently waiting, and like they're not going away anytime soon. You can wait, but I still want them. There's a lot of them out there still, and I'm just patiently waiting. But the truth is, when I look at what's out there versus what I have, it's probably a good argument for just letting go of some of my oldest eyeshadow palettes to make room for some new items. I have not made any decisions about that. If I do, you guys will be the first to know. I'm just doing nothing while I think about what I need to do. But I'm starting to realize that working on an eyeshadow palette from 20 years ago to finish it might not be the best use of my time and my eyes and my health and all of that. So there are a few very old eyeshadow palettes that I have, and I'm thinking about decluttering them. In the meantime, I am trying to limit the amount of eyeshadows I bring into the house. I haven't been perfect. I knew I wouldn't be. That's why I never say the words no buy. It's not gonna happen. But my eyeshadow palette shopping has gone down dramatically in 2018 versus 2017. So I can say that much for myself, and I'm happy that I can at least say that. So that's where I'm at. That's my mid-year check-in. I hope you guys enjoyed this concept and enjoyed watching it. Let me know in the comments down below what categories you guys have been making good progress on that formerly you were struggling with, so that you could encourage me, and how you're doing with it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.